I've said this before, there actually is a whole thing now starting with, I call the LGB only brigade. And that's those who are slicing off the T from the L, G and B. The reason is people have come to accept that there's more L, G and B coming out of the closet. And they start to realise, oh, I now know somebody who's gay. And they realise that these people are just the same as us, except that they have a different sexual orientation. And they're not prepared to vilify them anymore as the gays, as the enemy. They're more accepting of them. But the trans, well, that's different. You see, someone said to me, that's an identity. As if an identity is different and worse in some way. And I've even heard people who are gay saying, well, it's great that we have all these rights, but I'm not going to give rights to trans people. Well, I can't stand them. And they're joining in the changing of the scapegoat. Just like the changing of the guard, the scapegoat changes. Those in power know that they can't get you to turn against the L, the GB and the B, but they'll get you to turn against the T. And if you know that, you can see it as plain as the nose in your face. This is the new scapegoat. That even the L, the G and the B in some places are turning against the T. And even feminists are turning against the T. So my question to you is, do you know any trans people that might be able to sway your opinion? Here's the difficulty. How do you know? Oh, I would know if I met somebody who's trans. Well, that's if it's like a man dressed up in a dress, like a drag queen, or a woman who is shaved down to a crew cut and put on a suit and tie. That's not what we're talking about. Could you pick out a trans person from a lineup? Let's see if you can. Here's some examples of people. Actual human beings. Were you able to choose there from that lineup? I can tell you that one person in that lineup was not transgender. Yes, all the others were transgender men and women. Now, send them into the bathroom that they were designated to be in from their birth. Please do, and see what the result is. Now, people you meet in the street, people you work with, people who are around you all the time, even people in church, how do you know they're not trans? You have to know them from the childhood. You have to know that they transitioned. And you'd have to be told by them, by the way, I'm trans. Some of them do come out and say they're trans, but many of them do not. For some very obvious reasons. If you aren't able to be sure that anyone you meet is not a trans person, how on earth are you going to decide or discern what's right and wrong in that? And more has just come to light now about the decision in Britain. I'll get on to that next. Follow me for more.